I bumped into a friend at a function this past weekend, and she asked me to do a video on this very important topic. If you're in a similar situation, you may want to stay tuned to learn these important skills while navigating the sometimes complicated landscape of changes in sexual function as we age or as a result of chronic illness. The question was, how can a couple have sexual fun and sexual gratification in the presence of erectile dysfunction? So basically, when erections are difficult to achieve or non-existent, how can both partners still enjoy sexual activity in a way in which it is pleasurable and fulfilling? Regardless of in which side of the aisle you are, whether you are the man with ED or the partner wondering how can you maintain the sexual flame on when sexual intercourse may be a monumental challenge, I'll tell you how to have sexual fun and delicious intimacy when you or your partner cannot rely on erections alone. Let's delve right into it. Hi, I am Dr. Tandy, the sex doctor, board certified clinical sexologist, and on a mission to destigmatize sex, to give people access to information and empowerment to design and live the sex lives we all envision and deserve. Welcome! If you are new to my channel, please do me this tiny favor. Subscribe. Your subscription helps me and this channel tremendously. It does not cost you anything, but allows me to continue to produce this essential content as we learn. When you subscribe, it tells the algorithm not to hide my content, which it normally does. So take a moment right now, find the subscribe button and click on it. Thanks. Having satisfying sex when a man experiences erectile dysfunction is not only possible, it can lead to deeper intimacy, creativity, and connection. ED doesn't have to mean the end of a fulfilling sex life. It simply invites a shift in focus, mindset, communication, and creativity. Let me give you a supportive and honest guide for couples navigating this together. A brief interruption to let you know that you can talk to me live. How many times have you wished you had someone to ask your sex questions to and that will not judge you and help you navigate the sometimes daunting landscape of your own sexuality? Click on the link below to schedule your time with me so we can talk about your sex. I am waiting for you. Don't be shy. How to have satisfying sex when the man has ED? First, redefine what sex means. We have all learned that sex equals penis in a vagina, but that is not true. There's a lot of people who have deeply satisfying sex without a penis ever being involved in the equation. Sex is about pleasure, connection, playfulness, orgasms. And for those, you don't need an erect penis. Usually, the grief about not having an erection is the hurdle keeping you away from accessing the power of sexual pleasure and satisfaction, not the lack of erection itself. So, shift away from focusing only on penetration and performance, and think of sex as a broader, intimate experience that includes touch, kissing, nibbling, caressing, scratching, oral sex, analingus or rimming, mutual masturbation, masturbating for the other person, sensual or erotic massage, sweet talk, dirty talk, role-playing, cosplaying, romance, and emotional closeness, among other things. Connection, pleasure, and presence matter more than a firm erection. I made a video about how to have oral sex without an erection, and I will leave a link for it below so you can get some ideas. Usually, the only thing that is preventing couples from having sex when one is unavailable or unable to do it in the way in which it has been done previously in their relationship is their definition of sex and what sex should be. The whole body is erotic and capable of erotic pleasure. Fingers, tongue, teeth, lips, toes, and the whole body is able to feel the sensations that you provide with your body parts or objects. Second, communicate openly and kindly. Foster an environment to talk openly and freely about desires, feelings, and fears without blame or shame. Reassure each other that arousal and intimacy can look and feel in many different ways, and be open to exploring those new ways. And do not fall into the trap of defining someone's worth or manhood based on the quality of their erection. And this goes for men suffering from ED as well as their partners. ED is common, especially with age, stress, or health issues, and it doesn't reflect on masculinity or attraction. Third, explore other forms of pleasure. As I said before, try mutual touch, manual or oral stimulation, erotic massage, etc. Share erotic stories, consume erotic content together, and learn new tricks. Many men with ED find that they are finally free to explore their sexuality in ways in which they did not think possible before because they were so attached to their penises. And I cannot state this one enough. Use sex toys. Toys are not just for kids, you know. Vibrators and other sex toys not only do the trick, they are fun to shop for. Visit your local sex shop together, shop online, surprise each other with the latest sex toys. Don't feel intimidated to use sex toys with your partner and alone. Focus on pleasure over goal. Slow things down and tune into each sensation that you can both provide for each other without the goal of producing an erection. Use a penile pump. A penile pump is a natural way of inducing an erection, and it is a great way of having an erection if penetration is still desired, but you don't want injections or medications for ED. It is so much fun to pump the penis and see it grow with a vacuum device. Try it and don't be embarrassed by it. I have a lot of experience coaching men on how to use a penile pump, and it is exciting and so much fun. 4. Manage the mental load. Unfortunately, the number one killer of romance, passion, arousal, and pleasure is stress. Anxiety around performance often worsens ED and does not allow you to connect to each other. So practice mindfulness or even meditation together, as staying present helps reduce stress and build arousal. And don't forget that sex is not work. It is not a task to be completed, and it does not have to be serious. Sex is supposed to be fun, so laugh together. Use your imagination and creativity. Try things you didn't consider or dare doing before. There are thousands of ways to have sex, and you get to go on a quest to discover them all and invent new ways. 5. Try practical tools and medical options. Vacuum erection devices, as I said before, penile constriction rings, vibrating rings, masturbators. These are some of the devices that you can try, and they make sex possible and fun with ED. And don't forget that there are pharmacological options to manage ED, and they can be a helpful part of a broader toolkit. Finding the cause of ED and managing what is at the root of the problem helps to bring those erections back if possible. So encourage your loved one to talk to a professional like me. And last, prioritize emotional and physical intimacy. Hugging, cuddling, holding hands, kissing hello and goodbye, and throughout the day, foot rubs or head rubs when watching TV, little gifts, slow dancing, bathing and showering together, spending quality time together, doing nice things for each other and saying, I love you, I enjoy your company, you're my favorite person, you're so beautiful, handsome, sexy, hot. All that keeps physical and emotional closeness alive. Nurture emotional safety. The more secure and accepted you both feel, the easier it becomes to relax and enjoy each other and the whole world of possibility that exists for you to tap into your erotic potential. Bottom line, satisfying sex is about connection, creativity, and trust, not just erections. When couples are open, supportive, and willing to explore, ED can become a bridge to deeper intimacy rather than a barrier. I hope that you find these tips helpful and that you both find many ways in which to enrich your sex life in spite of the erectile difficulties. And remember, that for the vast majority of women, orgasms and sexual pleasure come from the stimulation of the clitoris. And for that, you don't need an erect penis. Also remember that orgasm does not depend on an erect penis, and flaccid penises can still climax. Be creative and don't stop having sexual activity. This is Dr. Tanji, the sex doctor, as always, wishing you safe, healthy, and pleasurable sex of whatever kind you practice. See you next time.